Hello, Borderlands community. This is Karukin, aka Fluffy Mr. Stumpy on Twitch, and I've been reading through all these skill trees. We did Vex, Harlow, Rafa, and now we're doing Amon. Vex has really got me going. I want to play her real bad. A bleed looks really fun. Harlow's a close second with, I think, almost all her skill trees intrigue me. They're very interesting. Rafa's the I need to play him in order to really feel his stuff. I read through his stuff. I don't know how I feel. I need to play him. Amon, the red tree. Red tree looked really good. And now we're about to do Vengeance. Let's dive on in. Scourge. Amon equips a forge shield that absorbs all frontal damage as Vengeance. Whenever the Vengeance meter is full, Forge Shield provides a damage reduction instead. Vengeance drains rapidly as if it has not been gained recently. Press action skill to launch a Forge Wave, dealing cryo ordnance damage to enemies it passes through, consuming Vengeance to increase its damage dealt. What? Okay. It does things. Amon gains increased status effect chance, application chance. Amon gains increased status effect, application chance, and cryo effectiveness. Good lord. The effect is doubled when his action skill is active. Alright. Amon gains increased ordnance damage and magazine size. Amon, the thrill. Amon gains missing health regeneration for every time Amon takes or absorbs non-status effect damage. He gains a stack of Resolute for a duration, which increases this effect. Huh. Amon gains increased gun damage and for more. I cannot. I've been talking. This has been like a 5 hour and 32-minute stream of me just straight reading all these skills. My voice is going out. Amon gains increased gun damage for more full his health. This effect is doubled while Amon is at max HP. Okay. I don't know which one I want. None of these are like, I want it. Maybe Wrath of Nature does status effects. Or gun damage, more full my health is. Do status effects. Blast Chill. Wave Forge now consumes more Vengeance and explodes on impact, dealing cryo ordnance damage in an area. Explosion radius is further increased if the Forge wave passes through firewall. Do they have melee weapons now, like the Tiny Tina game? I don't think they have melee weapons. I don't think there's melee weapons. Amon gets some melee action skills though. And there's a lot of melee-esque things in the other skill trees as well. Chronic Throom. Is that how I say that? Chronic Throom? While Scourge is active, Amon taunts enemies and sends out a chronic pulse wave every second, or a pulse every second, dealing cryo ordnance damage to enemies and restores allies' health while aiming. Amon's movement speed is reduced, but Amon gains bonus cryo damage with guns and consumes Vengeance on each gunshot. I don't know how does this Vengeance work? Gains damage as Vengeance. Huh. I don't know what I would choose here. AMON gains increased max health capacity and repair kit healing. Oh, that's nice. A 2-for-1. Deals ordnance damage. There is a chance to apply cryo status. Each effect that deals cryo damage over time for a duration. Tail of the comet is affected. What? By status effect application. So freezing things, okay. Gains action skill duration and gun swap. Amon's gunshots have a chance to ricochet as an elemental shard, dealing cryo damage. Just all the cryo. There's so much cryo stuff going on. Amon restores a portion. Oh, a percentage of ordnance. That's interesting. On kills. That's pretty nice. Molten Rebuke. Forge Wave is now Molten Rebuke. Press action skill to consume all vengeance and throw the forge shield at target enemy, dealing incendiary ordnance damage and ricocheting on impact. Molten Rebuke ricochets additional times based on vengeance consumed. Whenever the forge shield is thrown, damage absorption is disabled until it returns. Forge waves. Goodness, my voice is going out. This might have to be my last one for now. Forge waves now partially restore the action skill duration and firewall duration on damaging enemies, and can be activated 3 times in succession. The third activation launches a massive forge wave that deals increased damage and does not consume vengeance. Forge Wave is now a Storm Lance. Press action skill to throw a forged spear, dealing shock ordnance damage on impact, consuming vengeance to increase damage dealt. Enemies damaged by forged spear are primed for a duration and will detonate when they are damaged by a forged skill, dealing shock damage to the target, but none of the nearby enemies. Detonations can also be caused by gun critical hits, but deal less damage. Wrathfall. Firewall is now Wrathfall. Press and hold the action skill to call down a massive forged sword to strike a target enemy, dealing shock ordnance damage to enemies in the area. Wrathfall always critically hits. Oh, that's awesome. Press and hold action skill to swing Forge Whips, dealing cryo ordnance damage over 2 hits to nearby enemies before slamming into the ground, creating a cryotonic cryo. Oh, I can't talk. Fissure that deals cryo ordnance damage and leaves cryo hazards for duration. Ring of Frostfire. Firewall is now a ring that deals incendiary status effect damage to enemies inside of it, and cryo damage to enemies who enter or leave. Firewall grants friendly projectiles that pass through it, further increasing damage to the projectile. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Amon's looking pretty fun. He's looking pretty fun. I don't know who to choose. This Wrathfall looks sick. Kill skill, killing an enemy shock grants a stack of shock affinity. Whenever AMON deals action skill damage, he consumes a stack of shock affinity to cause an elemental bolt to strike. Oh, cool. Strike the anvil. That sounds really good. What? Elemental bolts now stagger enemies and consume an additional stack of shock affinity to multiply damage. Bosses cannot be staggered. Cool. Kill skill. Amon restores a percentage of forward skill cooldown. What? Man, Amon's looking pretty fun. I mean, I don't know who to fucking pick. Elemental Shard has a chance to ricochet. Oh, where's Elemental Shard? Oh, Winter's Kiss. Alrighty. Kill skill. Killing an enemy with incendiary damage will grant a stack of Flame of Affinity for a duration. Flame affinity stacks grant increased reload speed and action skill cooldown rate. All right. I think that will conclude my Amon overview here. This tree looks really fun. As much as I don't really like the shield, right? He gets a shield. Yeah, not a big fan of the shield, but I mean, could you use one of the other abilities? Oh, no, then you wouldn't be able to use. You wouldn't be able to do. Yeah, you have to have the shield for these. Interesting. Yeah, that'll conclude this Amon video. Thank you guys for watching. If you could hit that bell, the like, the subscribe button, any of those would help me immensely. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Take it easy.